Lunchtime Podcast. This is episode 11. In the last episode, we surpassed the double-digit mark. And I just want to say really quick, before we get into the juicy stuff, a big thank you, because the downloads have been moving mad lately. They've been moving mad since... so I discussed a little about this last episode as well, but yeah, the downloads have been moving mad, and it's mainly because of episode 8, Spaghetti Mafia. That's where I talk about the Euros final, what I thought of it, and all that. And at the moment, we've nearly hit 500 downloads, so that's a huge milestone. And episode 8 has 400 downloads. So 4 over 5 of the downloads have been because of that one episode. Just mad. That's just what the fuck. But it's not just that one episode, Other episodes have also been getting quite a few downloads. But, that one's been, like, the highlight. And, ever since... Take this in, okay? Or I need to take it in, because I'm still quite amazed as how this is happening. Ever since the 24th of July, today is the 12th of August, so... I don't know how many days that is. Like half a month now. Straight, we've been hitting double-digit downloads every single day. Non-stop. Every single day, double-digit downloads. Today, we've hit 7 downloads already. So, nearly double. The streak could end here today, boys. Who knows? But yeah, it's been moving mad, and I just want to say a quick thank you. Half of my audience is also apparently from Italy. So I just find that funny, because, Spaghetti Mafia, Italy won the Euros, you get it. So just amazing support, really. I'm just questioning, like, why... Does anyone even understand, the Italian people, do you even understand, what I'm saying? Like, this is an English-speaking show. Hey, maybe they went to international schools, or they, took English lessons, but, like, I'm quite surprised at the amount of Italian, listeners. It's mad. I keep saying mad, I don't know, it's such like a British thing to say. I always say it. As you know, I'm quite the organized person. I tend to take note of absolutely everything, write down, take notes, write things down on Google Docs, or like the Notes app on my phone. And so, and I do this thing where I make titles for YouTube videos, not just YouTube videos, also for podcast episodes, like months before they actually come out. I don't know, I like making titles or thinking of title ideas. I don't know, it's just like a fun thing to do. Of course, like, the title will probably change from what I originally planned it to be, after I record whatever I'm recording, depending on, what happens, I might think of a better title, or, something different, but it's been a struggle coming up with a title for today's episode, because we have a few interesting things to touch on. In the last episode, I said I'd talk about my Premier League predictions. Was that episode 9 when I said that? No, I think that was episode 10, so last episode. I've written everything down. I've written my Premier League predictions down. who I think's gonna be, who's gonna get relegated. Just the entire table. No other leagues because they're all boring. Okay, no, that's a lie. The Bundesliga is quite entertaining. Serie A is boring. La Liga is entertaining. But by far, everyone wants to know what's happening in the Premier League. By far, it's the best league. And the most entertaining. We're also going to be discussing what podcasts, as a podcaster myself, what podcasts I listen to. And then also, well, I have to say this first, because it's such a big topic, especially for, football fans. Lionel Messi, has joined fucking PSG. That's just mad. Okay, for people who don't understand football, Messi is one of the best players in the world, if not the best players in the world. Okay, maybe he hasn't reached his best, but hasn't reached his best in a while now, but because he's like 33 or something. But when we're or 34 actually, I think. But when we're talking, like historically, or like in the last decade, he has been the best. He's won the most Ballon d'Ors, which is kind of player of the season, or no, player of the season, or kind of player of the year kind of an award. I think there's Ballon d'Or, and then there's also player of the season, but more people care about the Ballon d'Or by far. He's won 6, the most any other player has ever won. So it's a big topic at the moment. It was quite okay. Let me explain what exactly happened. So, when you join a football team, you sign a contract for a certain amount of years. It can be extended, it can be terminated, all those things. And Messi, last season, it was his last year running on his contract. So, there were some teams looking to sign him for the next season on a free, because his contract is running out. And then his contract finally ran out. He then became a free agent. For other sports fans who aren't particularly interested in football will still know what a free agent is. Basically, someone who doesn't play for a team or anything, doesn't have a contract with a team. He's a free agent, so literally anyone could snap him up for free. Well, not exactly for free. Obviously, they would have to give him a contract, but they wouldn't have to pay money to another club to buy Messi. So, a few teams came calling in. Manchester City, PSG. I think those were fucking hell. I think those were the only 2 teams really. They were the 2 kind of the 2 major ones. I don't really know if there even was anyone else. But there was Barcelona were in talks with Messi as well too, which was the team I was playing for before. We're in talks to, sign him again, which is, that's legal. You can do that. But Messi wanted to stay at Barcelona as well. I mean, he's been there for, I don't know how long he's been there, 2 decades maybe, over 20 years. I don't know. He started his career. Well, no, he didn't start. He started his career in Argentina. Obviously, that's where he's from. But I think. I think he started his senior, debut at Barcelona. He started his professional career at Barcelona. I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely though. So yeah, pretty big deal. And he's the captain and everything, and he's one of their greatest players. He is their greatest player ever. It's just, okay, there are others that come in line that, could also be up for debate, but I'd say Messi. I'd definitely say Messi. And he wanted to stay at Barcelona as well, until La Liga, which is the Spanish league, came calling in and saying that there were some legal issues with the contract or something like that, and because of that, Messi couldn't get another contract. And so, unfortunately for Messi and Barcelona, Messi could no longer play there. I think at some point they came in with another final offer, last offer, but Messi was already in Paris discussing the final few terms, I guess, of his PSG contract. And yeah, he even had a goodbye speech at a I guess an announcement kind of thing, press conference kind of thing. He was crying, it was emotional and everything. And yeah, it's gonna be so fucking weird seeing him in another shirt, because you've never seen him in another shirt than Barcelona. I mean, maybe in a Boca Juniors shirt, which is an Argentinian club. And then he joined PSG. He's taken the number 30. I really would have wanted to see him take the number 10, but Neymar, his former teammate at Barcelona, has it that that greedy fuck. I'm kidding. But yeah, Messi took the number 30. That's the number he had when he first started playing for Barcelona. That was the first number he had. That's how he started. I guess that's how he's gonna end. You know what? I can't imagine that he's gonna stay at PSG for maybe 1 or 2 seasons, and then leave for Barcelona for one last year. I can imagine that could happen. Because no, there's no fucking way he's retiring at PSG. There's no way. He has to retire at Barcelona. Legally, he would have to retire at Barcelona. That just puts the icing on the cake. That's how the story's meant to end. But all right, I that's my prediction. Talking about predictions. Look at that smooth transition. We're going to be jumping straight into the Premier League predictions. Now, we're going to start with the bottom table, or not bottom table. We're going to start with the bottom and then make our way up to first place. So from 20th to first place. Now, the 3 that have been relegated from last season. Sheffield United. Who's 19th? Oh, West Brom. West Bromwich Albion. Full name. I know my stuff. And third, Fulham. Unfortunately, I really wanted them to stay up because I like them, but happens. And the new entries for this season. Oh my God! Wait a second. The season starts in fucking 2 days. No, it starts tomorrow. There's only one game tomorrow, and it's Arsenal against Brentford? ? Wait, let me quickly check what the first game is. There's only one game tomorrow. Brentford against Arsenal. I'm gonna predict Arsenal for that win. 2-0. And then also the Bundesliga starts tomorrow, and also La Liga. Bundesliga, Bayern Munich against Mönchengladbach. I think Mönchengladbach could win that game because Bayern haven't been looking too good in preseason. Okay, that's friendlies. But they've also got a new manager, a few new signings. It could be difficult. So yeah, everything kind of starts tomorrow, and then there's match day 2 of League, but no one cares about that. Fucking Farmers League. Yeah, and then on the 14th, Manchester United play their first game against Leeds United. It's going to be really interesting. I'm kind of scared because Leeds United are a team I feel that are going to progress season by season, and eventually I think they're going to be close. We're going to get to the predictions, the league table. They're going to be close to the Europa League spot. So they're going to be close to European spot. All right. Oh, I'm so fucking excited. Man United making two great signings of Varane and Sancho. The Varane signing should be announced today. Let me check Twitter. Fabrizio Romano. Okay, he hasn't said anything about Varane. Alright. Anyway, let's start with the predictions. Now, let's also look at the table from last season. Let me quickly charge my phone because it's quite low. There we go. So the table from last season. So you have to incorporate how the form of teams from last season. Are they you never know. I mean, it's kind of depends on the players and like their mental state after the summer. I think players who played for England in the Euros, I think they're gonna have a good next season. They're gonna have a good this season, such as Maguire and Luke Shaw play for Manchester United. Let's go. Okay, let's Premier League table 2020/21. Okay, this next season is 2021/22. 2021/22. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start at the bottom. Obviously, Sheffield United, West Brom, and Fulham all relegated, so they aren't in the count. However, Burnley, who are 17th, they were the closest to the relegation spot with 39 points, winning only one in their last 5 games. I've put them in 20th, not because they were the closest to relegation last year. Okay, maybe that was the reason. I mean, honestly, in the bottom half of the table, I don't really know what they're. I don't know. There's not much for me to say because I don't really know that much about those teams. I know a few things. I'd say I probably know more than like the above average person when it comes to football knowledge and football knowledge. But like in this case, I'm not, honestly not. 19th I've gone Newcastle. I think it's just their time. They had a good end to their season, and they managed to get a couple of wins. But still, I think, I don't know, who knows what happened, but I still think they just don't have it in them. What else am I going to say? I don't know that much about them. Let's just move on to number 18, okay? It's the top half of the table where I kind of, start to talk a little bit more and show off my knowledge and integrity? Is that the word? Wait. Integrity meaning a quality of being honest, having strong moral principles. Okay, that's definitely not the word. Okay, let's continue. 18th, Crystal Palace. They have a new manager, Patrick Vieira, Arsenal legend. Doesn't have a lot of managerial experience and not a lot of success. I'm not sure what teams he played for before, but they weren't very, he wasn't successful with them whatsoever. He was a complete failure with them. Complete failure. He was, he didn't, there wasn't really much to see, and if Crystal Palace want to go the right direction, this is a risky play, but who knows? I personally think it's gonna go nowhere and he's gonna get sacked. I think he's gonna be the first one to get sacked. I don't know. Let's say, okay, I think he's gonna be the first one to get sacked. We're saying December. He's gonna get sacked in December. Right? That's my prediction. If I get it right, then I'm a god. After that, I have gone Brighton, 17th. Now, they were 16th last season. Also, Crystal Palace were 14th last season. They had a good start, I remember. I remember them beating Manchester United 3-1 on match day 1. That was really annoying. Anyway, they had a good start to the season last season, but, then they just kind of got to the normal Crystal Palace, 14th place. That's, where they kind of should be. They had a good signing of Eze. He was a good signing, but it's really just Eze and Wilfried Zaha, the only two good players. Now they've also lost Townsend, who I think, not 100% sure, was their captain. I don't actually really know, though. I could be completely wrong. In fact, I think I am. In fact, I think I am. Does that make sense? In fact, I'm saying a fact, which is something that's 100%, and then I say think, which is only something that's like 50%. All right, you know what? Let's just continue. 16th Brentford, one of the newbies. They haven't been promoted in a while. I actually searched that up. When was the last time Brentford was in the Premier League? Ooh. 1992, apparently. Wow. What? No, I don't think that's right, to be fair, but apparently it is. Okay, I mean, yeah, if that's true, then wow, that's mad. Well, okay, yeah, I think they need to make a few more signings, I think. But they have a solid squad. I think if they're going to stay mid-table, I mean, obviously, I think they're going to have quite a relegation battle. I think they're, yeah. But if they stay up, I think they're going to have a good run of years in the Premier League after that. I do think that. I don't think they're going to be like the Sheffield United of the 2019-20 season and, nearly get, a European spot in their first, first time in the Premier League after relegation. Does that make sense? Like Sheffield United came in 2019 and just bossed it. They were, I think, while, they were like with 20 points, they were in 5th place, and I mean, it's very early on in the season, and then after Corona and after lockdown, they just fucked off. 15th, Watford, also not a newbie, but it's their first year back since they've been relegated. They were relegated in 2020. And the 2019-20 season, they were relegated. They have a good squad, to be fair, but they've, I think, they were second, right? Yeah, they were second. I think I don't really know much about fucking hell. I don't really know much about Watford. I guess they're like a solid team. I don't have much to say to them. I put them 15th because I believe in them and I kind of like them, so it's a little bit biased. 14th, Southampton. Now, I was gonna put Southampton a little lower, and then I realized Crystal Palace. They have a new manager. They're gonna be rebuilding, and they have a manager that's not that experienced. And then there's also Newcastle, Burnley. I think they're gonna go down. And then there's also the newbies, Watford and Brentford. So it's and Norwich as well. So I think, I wanted to put them like 17th, like just above the relegation zone, maybe even in the relegation zone. But yeah, then I realized there were these other teams that would have come under them because they had a brilliant start to the season, and then after that 9-0 loss against Manchester United, come on United, they fucked off as well. So yeah, that's that. 13th, Norwich. Although they did get, I think they got 100 points last season. EFL Championship table 2020/21. They got 97 points. Okay, nearly 100 points. They did really, really well, to be fair. And, as much as I, want to see them, I feel like at some point I had a feeling, and I still do, that they might be the Sheffield United of the 20 of this season. The 2019/20 Sheffield United of this season, and they're just gonna make a major breakthrough, or they're just gonna have a natural mid-table finish, 13th place. I think that's about right. 12th place, Everton. Just disappointing, man. I really like Everton. I really do, especially after last season. Really in the beginning as well, they were really, really good. Won their first 4 games, scored a lot of goals. Signed completely new midfield. Alan, really good, fucking world class. Doucouré, world class, and James Rodriguez, absolute world class. But then everyone fucked off. I keep saying that, but that's just true. And then Richarlison came into play, and he finally got into some form. He was the goal scorer for them. Calvert-Lewin, who was the goal scorer before that for them, and was popping off with hat tricks. Jesus Christ. He also fucked off. He kind of went down as the team went down as well, and Richarlison kind of risen up. No, not risen up. He rose up. I think that's the word. But yeah, I want to see them be successful. But under Benitez, they have made the signings they've made. They've just been weird, just been really. I think they made 3 signings. They made a goalkeeper. Forgot his name. Begovic, that's his name. They signed Townsend from Crystal Palace, as we mentioned before. And they signed, what's his name? What is his name? It's a winger. Demarai Gray is his name. Yeah, I really like Demarai Gray, to be fair, but I don't think he's gonna bring them a level up. I just don't think those signings, they're not a step up. Like last season when they made those 3 incredible signings. It's just, if anything, it's a step down, to be fair. Like Townsend, he's old, I think, as well. What are you going to do with Townsend? Begovic, okay, I think they need a second goalkeeper, to be fair, so alright signing, I guess. Demarai Gray, yeah, maybe need another winger. Okay, that's not a bad signing, to be fair, but that's just, I don't think it's not a step up. It's just a straight line. That's what it is. Aston Villa 11th after the loss of Jack Grealish, who has gone on a mad 100 million euro or dollar I think it's euros. I don't know. 100 million euros or pounds. To Manchester City. And yeah, Aston Villa got a crazy amount of money from that. And I think they made some good signings. They need a creative playmaker like Jack Grealish. They need someone creative to feed the ball to the front 3 of Danny Ings. Who else is there? The other wingers they have, Dimitri, I think. Wait, is his name Dimitri? Dimitri Traore, is that his name? Yeah, I think it's Dimitri. Yeah, Dimitri Traore. And then another, I don't know who they have on the left wing. El Ghazi, is that his name? Some Egyptian guy. They need someone who can feed the ball to them. With the loss of Jack Grealish, they need someone in that cam position. They have attacking midfielders, I think, but I just don't think they don't have the right one. So I think, just another, they're going to finish 11th again like they did last season. They had a really good first half of the season. They were in a European spot. They were really, really good. But, things happen, and you can't keep up with the form the entire season. You can't do that. 10th, Wolves. I really, really like Wolves. What's the manager's name who was before? Is his name Santos or something? Some Portuguese guy, I think. now manages Spurs, and we'll get to Spurs in a sec. Who are conveniently ninth. I don't think he's gonna work with Spurs. I don't think. I think he's so used to the 5-2-3 he played with the Wolves, the 5 defender, the really defensive way he played with the Wolves, and then break on the counterattack. Although no, you know what? Spurs are good on the. I guess we're talking about Wolves and Spurs now. Spurs are good on the counterattack, and I think last season they were quite over reliant on the counterattack. But so the counterattack's gonna work for sure for Spurs next season. But I'm just not sure about the other aspects of it, like the build-up play. We're actually meant to talk about Wolves. Let's do that first. They have a new manager. Not sure what his name is. But I think they're gonna do better than last season. Obviously, they had the injury of Jimenez, who was incredible this season. Before them, he got a fractured skull, and he was out for the entire season. So a major loss for them. They didn't really have another striker. They had this one young guy with the weird long hair, but he couldn't do everything himself. He was really young, and you couldn't rely on an 18-year-old like that. I forgot his fucking name again, man. I keep forgetting people's names. And so they didn't score a lot of goals. And so, as the usual, I think they got 7th place 2 seasons in a row. They're doing amazing. No one expected that. And they're doing it so consistently as well. For 2 seasons in a row. And then they got 13th place last season. I think they're going to do better, but I don't think they're going to get in that European spot like they did those seasons before. I think 10th is about right. Here gets interesting. We already spoke about Spurs, so we'll move straight to 8th. Leeds United. Last season they were 9th. And I think they're gonna have they're a team that's gonna. I mentioned this before when I was talking about the Manchester United Leeds game. They're gonna have they're gonna be a team that's gonna be progressing consistently, season by season. They've made some solid signings, good signings, and yeah, I think they're gonna do better than last year. And I think if they get 8th place this season, next season they're gonna be pushing for that European spot for sure. If they make the right signings the season after, So, that's that. 7th place, West Ham. I don't think they're going to get 6th. Or I don't think they're going to get that European spot. Or no, I think 7th is European Conference League qualifiers. I think that's what that is. But I don't think they're going to get a confirmed European spot. Because the loss of Jesse Lingard. If they can somehow get Jesse Lingard again, because they really need that creative playmaker that Jesse Lingard is. He was immense for them when he came in on loan. And I personally think Manchester United are going to sell him, but way, way later in the transfer window. Possibly even on deadline day. And he's going to go for a lot, which is unfortunate for West Ham because they're not the richest club in the world. But they're good. But they need a cam like that. They really do. And yeah, he was so good for them. He finally got back to form after being a joke. Let's just say that for a year, more than a year. And yeah, I was happy to see Jesse Lingard back because I actually like him. And I mean, Jesse Lingard's looked good in preseason for Manchester United as well. Did I mention he was on loan for West Ham? He wasn't a signing. He came in January on a loan for half a season. That's why, and he was really good for them. That's why West Ham want him back. But day by day, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think, because he's gonna go for a huge fee after those amazing performances by him. And I don't want to say carried the team, but no, he carried the team. I'd say he fucking carried the team, and gave them that 6th place spot. Sixth. We're talking about 6th place now. Arsenal, they were 8th last season, and they had a terrible start to the season. I think they were like 15th and fighting to get out of like the relegation zone. I mean, 15th isn't the relegation zone, but they were close, very, very by points. They were very, very close to the relegation zone. I'm not sure how Mikel Arteta didn't get sacked for that, but hey, I like Mikel Arteta. And they've made good signings. They have a solid squad. Ben White, great signing. Lokonga and I think like 2 more or 1 more or something like that. And they're planning to sign more. I think they're gonna have a good season. And for them, 6th is fucking brilliant. It really is, because I mean 8th they don't get European football, right? So it's okay, maybe not amazing, but it's way better than the past few years for them, because they've been going down and under. 5th place, Leicester again. 5 years running 5th place. 3 years running 5th place. 3 years in a row 5th place. That's my prediction, because they just they're so close, man. They're so close. But if you look at the top 4. Chelsea, Man City, Man United, and Liverpool. That is mad. I don't think they could get past that. I seriously don't think they can get past that. So they're gonna just about edge it. Not edge it. They're gonna just about not edge it. I want to see Leicester City in the Champions League. I really do. But yeah, that top 4 is insane. Talking about top 4, 4th place is Liverpool. They got 3rd last season, just about snubbed that 3rd place spot. Won their last 5 games of the season. I mean, they weren't the greatest performances. They were often like 2-1 wins, quite like, close games. And they had that 4-2 win against Manchester United, and then this. Don't talk about that one. That was a shit performance by United. And then the 3-0 win against Burnley. We can't forget the goalkeeper, the Alisson goal. That was a big highlight of the season. What a header as well. And Van Dijk's back. They've got the band back together. 3rd place, Man United. I think for Man United, and I can talk about Man United the most, because, well, I know the most about them. It's the team I fully support. I think if Man United get a 3rd place or 2nd place spot this season, they will be title contenders next season. Because look, I think they got 3rd place in the 2019-20 season. They got 2nd place last season in the 2020-21 season. And if they get 3rd, I've put them on 3rd, because there's also Man City and Chelsea, and those are the best teams in the league by far at the moment. I don't see them like beating those 2 teams. I mean, okay, I can see them beating Man City, because, well, they did it last season 2-0, while it ended Man City's 21 win streak. Insane, by the way. Was it a win streak or unbeaten streak? I think it was a win streak, which I think is a record in the Premier League. I still think Man City are just going to get more points. So I've put Man City at 2nd. And at first, Chelsea. They were so good when Tuchel came in, and I just don't see Man City beating Chelsea. Although they're really good, I think Man City, they're gonna be one of the best, but only 2nd best, because Chelsea are just so good. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll get, 2nd season syndrome, and just play shit. But if they continue what they were doing last season, they will win the league. They will win the league. They're so solid at the back, press high, and they probably during preseason and then training before the season kicks off. They probably practice scoring a few more goals because they didn't score a lot of goals. They were scoring they were scoring at most 2 goals every game. And then I think their biggest win was against Crystal Palace, 4-1 win. But other than that, they even, I think they just won 1-0 against Sheffield United, who were the shittiest team in the league. I mean, they were 20th place, and they were just shite. So it shows that they need to score more goals, and it was quite risky play as well. It could, lead to a potential equalizer late on the game. Who knows? But they were so good at the back, there was no worrying for an equalizer. But still, it's quite risky. And obviously they've worked on it. Obviously, I mean, just no one wants to see a team that's scoring barely any goals. Oh god, I'm yawning. Damn, I'm also really hungry. That's not why did I mention that? It's there's nothing to do with the Premier League. Premier League. What the fuck am I saying? Am I that hungry that I'm getting like drunk? Makes no sense. Oh, didn't I also say I want to talk about who I think is gonna be top scorer? Ooh. I did last episode. I said that last episode, but I didn't actually write that down. I didn't actually think of that. Okay, let me get a blind guess right now. A blind prediction of who I think's gonna be top scorer and top assistman. Okay. All right. Let's think here. If Harry, I can't talk today, guys. What is this? If Harry Kane joins Man City, he will be top scorer. If not, which I just don't see that happening, I'd say probably not someone from Chelsea because they have Werner up top. That's quite depressing. Not Man United. They have Cavani, who's really good, but I just don't. My gut just says me no, or just tells me no. From Liverpool, maybe Mohamed Salah. Again, which would be kind of boring because I want to see someone else. But yeah, no one from Man United. I don't think Sancho is going to be top scorer. I just don't. He's not like a top scorer kind of type anyway. He's more of a playmaker than he's a scorer. I'd see him more be the top assistman than be the top scorer. Rashford's out for injury, so he's out for debate. He won't be part of the first 2 months of the season or something like that because of his shoulder surgery. Who does Leicester? You know what? I'd really like Iheanacho to be immense this season, and maybe even win the Golden Boot, because he needs to I mean, at the end of last season for Leicester, he was really, really good. And he's looked so lively. So if he can get the Premier League Golden Boot, I think he's gonna be finally his value is gonna fucking go high, because I mean he played for Man City before, and he had potential, but he never never really showed that at Man City, and when he moved to Leicester, he never really showed it until the end of last season. I don't know what happened, but he just started scoring. And I think they found their new striker. When we're talking assistment, I could see Sancho. I could see Sancho, but it could be difficult for him to, because it's his first major signing, major move to a club. He moved to Dortmund, but when he moved, no one knew who he was. now everyone knows who he is, and he's, moving to a huge club. So, I don't know. Maybe it just could be a difficult transition. Who knows? But he was part of the England Euros team. I fucking barely played, though. So he knows people. Like, I think communication won't be a problem for him. It's just maybe what he could struggle with is probably just getting off the pressure, maybe, I'd say. That could be one. So I'm gonna say Sancho top assistman. It's a risky one because he's joining a new team. And then Harry Kane or Mohamed Salah as top scorer, or even Iheanacho. We're gonna go Iheanacho. That's my final vote. Iheanacho and Jadon Sancho. Wow, there's a lot of talking about football. Damn. Let's, I said I'd do this, so let's discuss what podcasts I listen to as a podcaster myself. It'll be interesting to know. Let me actually quickly go to Spotify, because that's what I use. I don't listen to that many, and recently as well, I have not been listening to a lot, because I don't know. There was a period where I was listening to a lot of podcasts, but then I just kind of stopped, because I don't know. I just wasn't in the mood. Also, some of my favorite podcast shows, they didn't start. They weren't posting, which I'll get to that show specifically that I'm talking about right now. It is the Premier League and Pints podcast. It's basically three friends who are talking about the Premier League, and yeah, they finally released an episode. The last time they released one was March 26th, and they were releasing one every single week until March 26th. That was their last episode since yesterday. Yesterday they finally made an episode, and I haven't listened to it yet. I listened to the first 5 seconds of it, and I'm planning to listen to it later today. Because I actually really like, their opinions. They know their stuff. I listen to them quite consistently if they were to consistently post. I support a few other podcast shows, but I don't listen to them. Like the What's Good podcast with Mini Minter and what's his name, Randolph. I follow the Misfits podcast. I don't actually listen to it. I follow the Star Wars Theory podcast. Follow the Park the Bus podcast, the Fellas podcast, the E-Boys podcast, Jack Mate's Happy Hour podcast. It's a lot of the British YouTubers, The Lunchtime Podcast. Oh yeah, that's a really good show. I really recommend it. Probably by far the best one that I've ever listened to. And such consistent uploads as well. It's really I don't know how he does it. The Milk Bucket Podcast is quite a new podcast. It's not a big podcast. Same with the Premier League and Pints. It's not a big podcast. I think they're on episode 21. So yeah, it's basically, I think it's 2 or 3 Australian friends that just chat. Personally, though, although I do follow them, I feel like they kind of fake their laughs, because they laugh a lot in their episodes and they're telling jokes, but I feel like a lot of their jokes are planned, are scripted, and their laughing is just fake, just for the content. The Here We Go podcast, I listen to this one quite a lot. This is from Fabrizio Romano. He's, I believe, Italian. He's a journalist, and he lives inside of the world of football transfers and the transfer market. He is really popular on Twitter. He's not consistent, but he tweets every day, at least 3 different tweets. about transfers, Andy's. When you want to, basically, what am I trying to say? When you want to look at transfer news, this is the guy you go to because he knows everything apparently. So that one I listen to quite a lot. Started listening to the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul. Ever since KSI featured in it because, well, I like KSI. Fuck you if you don't. Oh, why'd I say that? I don't have anything against it if you don't like KSI. I'm not fanboying him or anything. It's not like I have like a couple of posters hanging on my wall of him. Those are really all I listen to. I don't listen to all of them. I follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 podcasts. Also, no, I follow the Shower Thoughts podcast, which I think I was talking about that like an episode, like, I don't know what episode it was, but I was talking about how like the Shower Thoughts podcast is like the best podcast name you can ever think of, and I just absolutely love that name. So that's why I follow them and don't actually listen to them. You know what? I'm actually listening to a few of their episodes. They're not even that long. I mean, they're really inconsistent. Some of their episodes, like some of them are 1 hour, some of them are 40 minutes. Sounds very familiar to mine, or similar to mine. And there's a 30-minute one. Yeah. But yeah, I follow them as well. So I already forgot the amount of out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 podcasts. I only listen to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 podcasts. Out of 14 or 15, I only listen to. I already forgot the number. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. No, 6 of those. What is me and numbers, man? I just can't. I can't. I'm unable to can with numbers. Well, I have nothing else to talk about. I know we didn't do not really a story of the day segment today, but I hope that's fine. Well, I guess story of the day, Messi joined PSG. I guess that's a story, but that's more like, I think that's more part of the STW segment, the socials this week, I'd say. But yeah, I hope it's fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Anyway, the episode, quick self-promo, can't forget that, always at the end of the episode. You can find this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Radio Public. I always forget. The list is annoying. Spotify, Amazon Music, Radio Public. YouTube, and there's a 5th one. What's the 5th one? Oh, no. Man's forgot once again. Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, that's the one, Radio Public, and YouTube. You can also follow us on Instagram, where we keep updates on our show, and then also we have a Discord server where you can interact with the legend himself, Avoda, or me. So yeah, thanks for listening today. Next week, Friday, comes out the next episode, episode 12. It's gonna be exciting because I don't know, it's nothing special. Episode 12 is not really a milestone. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.